So it's almost midnight on a work night at that, and I'm laying in bed making a video. Well, an audio, I should say. I just wanted to express myself like I usually do. And I wanted to talk about my divorce, and I'm not going to get deep into it. There's so much that could be said about the whole situation, but most of that was the hard feelings about it, and most of the stuff that brought me down and kept me down and made me struggle to accept that that's where my life was headed. I wouldn't want to say I prided myself, but I definitely made my marriage, even just the wedding itself, such a huge priority in my life, and was so excited about it all and made such a big hoopla over it. And for 2 years I was engaged and hyped it all up, and I was with my husband, my man, for 10 years before we actually got married. And I just felt like it was what was to be done. And no regrets at all, but I hate to say I just thinking about divorcing was brought much shame and embarrassment. And although I know as a Christian I'm going about it the right way, I know it's like out of my control. And I guess the only reason why it's really on my mind so much right now is because we actually filled out the paperwork for it today. It just needs to be summoned and all that good stuff. So, and today was the first day where I actually, because he's had the paperwork, I just told him he has to do it himself and just tell me where to sign. And I just didn't want to be a part of, I didn't even like looking at the papers. I put them in a place where I couldn't really see them, and it's just so much emotion involved with it. And it's one of those things I knew I needed to go through with. I knew I needed to face it, but I had so many reasons to try to keep fighting and keep holding on and trying to make it work. But it definitely was one-sided, and that's where I just decided to let go, give it up. And after talking with my husband today, he kind of gave me some he gave me some encouraging reminders about our situation and how the divorce isn't, it's not going to change much. And when I told him, I'm like, this really helps having you kind of give me these words of comfort while, I face this task of filling out my portion of the paperwork. Excuse me. That it just, I told him it was really helpful, and he kind of readjusted his stance and kind of settled in and was trying to think of more. So I teased him. I was like, okay, you don't have to sell me on it. So it was kind of funny. I mean, the whole time we've been handling it the best we can. There's been some pretty low and down and dirty moments, but I think I've moved past that. I know he has because he doesn't want confrontation, period. But it took a while for me to get past that and some pretty dark depression and all that goes with it. So I'm not going to linger on the struggle it took to get to this point today for me to willingly fill out the paperwork. And so he got called into work tonight, so I'm actually home alone anyways. And that was another struggle I dealt with heavily. Sleeping alone, being alone. Big struggle for me in the past. But I'm actually okay with it tonight. And maybe I'm not too okay with it because I'm up at midnight making a video about my divorce and my being alone. And anyways, so, but I am going to leave this on a positive note. And that is that for once during this whole process, I'm finally accepting and appreciating my whole life and all that led up to it, and my whole marriage, and my whole relationship with Justin. And so grateful that what seems to be the end of it is being dealt with in the most loving, understanding, and pretty non-confrontational manner. I mean, I still get pissed at the thought of it, but it really helps knowing that once it is said and done, that I am free to be free, and not just to find a new relationship, but to expand any way I choose to. I'm still not sure if I'm just going to become a cat lady and call it a day, but we'll see. Anyways, I just wanted to get this off my chest, but I know I probably sound like gloomy and whatnot, but it's just because it's midnight and I'm laying in bed thinking and thanking God that even in my darkest moments, I have been sheltered and so blessed and comfortable and kind of pampered in my in my turmoil phase. So, but I think those days are gone and done. I don't want to go back there, and I think I've grown a lot since. And I realize that it's better to just be grateful and take the lessons and keep on moving. So, just and love everybody regardless of what they say or what they do. And just not fight it out and just keep moving. Anyways, so this is a good post, a good video, a good audio. All right, I'm going to go to bed. Night.